Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy No Game Records, man. This is Smoking Mirrors when you tired of being gassed, man. What's up with y'all? I'm still sharing this out to a few people, so pardon me, give me a minute, as I get shit situated. We're going to straighten everything out, and we're going to put everything to the side, no freaky, and we're going to move on and get this shit done with. So nobody has any discrepancies or misinterpretations to what I'm talking about. I'm just going to speak on it a little bit. Shout out to everybody. Topic of the night is, y'all see it, the captions. Y'all see the captions. Receipts don't lie. They always go against the truth. And when you a person that can provide proof to back your claim, it seems like people get mad and they try to twist the narrative. So what we're going to do is we're going to have dialogue about living in the times that we live in now, where people just love to fabricate stories and paint narratives without the proper proof to back their claim. I've seen a lot of situations where a lot of people get out here and try to paint images on people like they was wrong for reacting to certain things that was said that they felt like was mentioned about them or even indirectly mentioned about them. There's no dialogue no more. People don't have conversations and people don't communicate no more because everybody's in competition with each other in their own respective mind. So there's going to be bad talk. There's going to be talk, period. But when you don't have a proper conversation with an individual and you just out there speaking on situations, then you're painting a narrative. It's too much going on out here in the world to where living a lie and consistently living behind the lie is how people are growing and aging in the world. That's not going to do nothing. All that's going to do is create all types of problems that nobody can handle. Why would you put yourself in a situation where you telling a story, right? You telling a story knowing that that story's not true. Knowing that that story's not true. Why would you even paint your why would you even paint that narrative as if what you're saying is a true thing? When somebody presents the receipts and now your claim is debated, a lot of people get in their feelings and get upset and don't want to really acknowledge the fact that you was out here lying to begin with and painting a story and lying on something and making it look as if you handle it the proper way is not the definition of telling your story and it's being proven factual. I went through situations in my life where I actually have proof that some real foul shit was done and people tried to justify it or cover it up or whatever they tried to do, right? And I did my research and I found out exactly what had took place. And then when I present my facts, people get in their feelings and then they get mad at you for presenting facts, but you have the receipts. There's people that's out here that have to defend their name and their character based off of the proof that they have when people try to assassinate their character or assassinate the image that the people worked hard to put forth, and it's not fraudulent. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people out here that would do whatever they could to make sure that people had a different perception and they painted a different perspective over you and about you, and the people that they close to and they have relationships with that might know you, might not have no relationships with you, know you, might not have no contacts with you. They're going to believe with the person that they spend a lot of time, have a bond with or whatever. They're going to believe that. But then what happens when the truth is presented? What happens when that statement is being debated? Because now the person that it was told to knows the other person that was talked about. And now when that person that it was told to has a dialogue with the person that they know that it was talked about, and the person that was talked about provides the proof, now where does that leave the person who initiated the whole situation? Now their word becomes challenged. A lot of people like to have images out here, right? And they will do anything in their power to obtain an image, right? And don't have no proof behind anything. This show sponsored by Stack Chicken and Fear No One Apparel. You know what we're saying? We got the We got the gear for y'all, man. If y'all want to holler at us, follow us at them pages at Stack Chicken LLC, at Fear No One Apparel. You know, you get custom work done, you get it all. I got the machines here. You can get whatever custom merch you want to get done. If it's pictures, if it's quotes, whatever you want to start your brand, holla at me. But we're going to get back to this dialogue, right? I've never been a person to act like I deal with you and I don't deal with you. I've never been a person that's going to hold back what I feel. If you did wrong to me, then I'm going to let it be known. But every action has a reaction, and we all know that. We all know every action has a reaction. And a lot of people don't want the reactions that they get. So what they do is they don't think about the cause and effect method in life. I'm just one of those people that if you don't rock with me and you don't kick it with me, that's cool. I don't have no issues with you or nothing. But I don't want to be involved in situations if we not cool. That's just reality. Now, some things was done to me, no freaky, in my lifetime by people I consider friends, family members, and these type of people and did some shit behind my back, but tried to play my face. And then when I got the proof and I started getting the proof, I started looking at people differently. Because somebody could tell you whatever they want to tell you. They can be in your presence and they can make you feel that they sincere and everything. But then when you get the proof, you realize that all that was a facade. What's the proper way to approach that situation? Leave it in the comments. I need comments. Drop it in the comments. Give me a comment. Let's have some dialogue tonight because this is very important. Receipts don't lie, man. And receipts never did. I had people try to say that I wasn't successful. I had people try to say I was broke. And this all might be a ploy and a plot just for me to react so they can have some type of gratification because a lot of people, they really be doing things for the wrong reasons. You feel me? There's people that I never interacted with that uses my names as references. People be coming to me asking me, do I deal with them? How do I know them? And if they good people to deal with. And I don't speak bad on people at the end of the day. I don't speak bad on people. And there'll be times where I get on social media and I might go off. I might go off. I might talk my shit. But at the end of the day, it's all in a response to what was going on and what's happening with me. At the end of the day, I don't look for problems. I just respond to all the sneaky stuff, all the backdoor chirping, no freaky, all of that. I just respond to things like that. And then when I respond, it's like I got an issue. No, I'm very passionate about my character, my name, because I got a lot of business ventures going on. I co-own 2 leagues. So at the end of the day, I'm doing things different. But when my name come up in situations and no dialogue or no talk was going on about the situation, then I react and I respond. And sometimes I could react very poorly. Sometimes I could react with a lot of intellect. But I just had a conversation with my brother. Shout out to my brother, Amir, aka Peace Beloved. I just had a conversation with him and he made a lot of sense. And he told me, man, It don't make no sense to be so reactive. And I told him, I said, my character and my name is all I got. And if that's it, then that's it. But anybody that tries to assassinate my name, my character, or put my name in anything to where I might take it in a different light because of previous situations that wasn't cleared up, then I might be 50% wrong. I can admit to that. I might be 50% wrong. But at the end of the day, my reaction was started from an action. Receipts hurt. Like, and I base my life off of living off of live receipts. Like, my life is a living story. So everything that happens in my life, I keep a mental receipt, and I treat everybody fair so nobody can avoid being held responsible and liable for their actions and what they caused. At the end of the day, I'm one of them people that really give respect to get it. That's what I was taught. A lot of people forgot the concept of reality, morals. Like, there's morals and principles that are forgotten nowadays, and people need to be reminded. Sometimes I need to be reminded about the principles because I have morals. It ain't the morals that I have an issue with. It's the principles. And the principle behind this segment tonight is clearing the air a little bit, but addressing certain things because a lot of people are out here lying and fabricating stories with no receipts. If I was to reach and pull my phone and go through situations, because I have receipts of everything in my phone. When people be flaking on me and forgetting and they act like it never happened, when people dragging my name in the mud and I get the word, but they in my face calling me friend, I have that shit in my email. Like Cameron said, shout outs to Cameron. Cameron said a while back, I remember this a while back, Cameron was addressing a situation and he was just saying, nigga, I got 7, 8 different phones and they all full with receipts. I got about 5. I got about 5. Because certain things need to be reminded. Like, a lot of people just do things to people, feel like they can overstep boundaries without even having dialogue and just violate people, and that's not cool. I was in a couple of situations like that. I was in a couple of situations where a lot of things was fabricated on my name, and I had to pull receipts to show proof that whatever was being said about me was fraudulent. And sometimes you got to do that because people that try to paint you off to look like you a bad person, right? They forget about the conversations that they have with you before that. They forget about the praises they give you. They forget about the roses they give you. They forget about everything that they said nicely about you. Now, when you don't deal with them or you don't have no connection to them and you start addressing things, people try to paint you off to be the bad person. Then you got to pull out receipts and start defending your name. I can't remember who said it, but somebody said it. It was a rapper. Said, my name is my name. My name is my name. Your name is your name. And just like everybody out here, nobody's going to take somebody trying to assassinate their character with lies. Nobody's going to paint a narrative about a person that you praising behind closed doors to look good for other people. That's not the cool. Because after the receipts is drawn and everything's out there, you the one that look like the fool when you out there telling them people them lies. And then you can't escape it. You can't escape it. It's real out here, man. If you don't want the truth to come out and you know you live in a lie, then stop poking at people that can reveal the truth on you, especially if they got receipts. That gets a lot of people in a lot of situations because I don't know what it is with the world today, but the world today is that I'm looking at it, and this is probably why I be having issues with certain situations with, and that's something that I got to work better on, not being able to react to a lot of situations that there really no need to. But what is the point of the human race out here lying about stuff they don't have? Or lying about a lifestyle that they don't live? How could you be out there painting a story and you not painting the whole story? You leaving the truth out. And people do that I think people do that with the intentions of people actually coming out with the receipts. Why would you? Some people, I guess, just love looking in the mirror and saying to themselves that they are okay with lying. They okay with lying. What you okay with lying for? Nobody should be okay with telling fabricated stories, but I dig it. Some of y'all got to do that to get by and live. Some of y'all got to do that to just be able to focus and live, and it's not cool. It's the real shit. Smoking mirrors. When you tired of being gassed. This ain't your ordinary podcast. We talk that real shit over here. There's a lot of shit's going on that needs to be addressed, and I got receipts. I would hate to have to expose a lot of people out here, man. It could be very bad for people, man. If you ain't adult enough to have a dialogue with somebody, then you shouldn't be talking with that person's name in your presence. You shouldn't be trying to paint no narrative. You shouldn't be trying to assassinate nobody's character. Whatever happens, happens. Smoking mirrors. We just basically keep it 100, man. Like, I don't get out here and I don't put fabrication on nobody's name. I don't get out here and worry about nobody's shit. I focus on what I need to do. And I feel like I give enough respect out here to where I'm not going to allow disrespect And if I got the receipts to prove everything that I'm talking about, then my shit's not no lie. It's not fabricated. That's the shit that I'm talking about. Niggas will fabricate with no proof, man. You know what I'm saying? It's real shit. Come back around me a second time to watch what I'm doing, leech off of me, tell me all types of sob stories, and think I'm gonna give a fuck like y'all didn't. So this is for the motherfuckers who always want you to repost something that they send you in the DMs. They always say, yo, pull up on me. No Cap Fox, yo, what's up, No Cap Fox? Or yo, I'm going through some problems and I need some help. But where the fuck was you niggas at? And I'm not speaking about me, but where the fuck was y'all at when other people needed help? I remember a lot of you niggas running around here laughing, talking wild shit. That's facts. Just being reckless because y'all was up for the moment. Now you niggas is running around here hoping somebody save y'all. Don't come over here. I ain't got no life jacket or no life preserver for nobody. You want to be saved? Save yourself. Let's talk about it, right? Shout out to my brother No Cap Fox in the building, man. Salute to you, man. Let's talk about the situations where people like to fabricate situations, and then you gotta go so far as to pull a receipt just to prove that what they saying is a lie. Like when people, how do you feel about situations, Fox, when people try to fabricate stories on Fox and Fox got the receipt to prove it? Like, have you been through situations where people get mad at you for speaking the truth in a reactive manner? Like, because somebody done had initiated an action and then you react. That's like somebody telling me, man, I went through this shit, right? A person told me that I didn't own what I own. If I didn't own what I own, why would I be doing it? Why would I be doing it? Why would I even be promoting it if we wasn't cool? There wasn't no friendship. If I didn't own what I own, right. And that's how I feel too, Fox. You be the catalyst for the bullshit because people want you to play the bad guy all the time, even if they telling a lie. So what happens when you provide the proof with the receipt? You know what I'm saying? Of course, that's narcissistic behavior, But what happens when you provide the proof? So many people came to me and was like, yo, appreciate you. I got hats on deck. You know what I'm saying? I got something for you. You know, well, Shay Baby, what up? Shout out to my boy Shay Baby in the building. You know what the vibes is. We talking about when the truth affects the lie. A lot of people be having situations and problems because there be somebody lying in the equation. The equation is unbalanced. You know what I'm saying? When the equation is unbalanced, that means somebody's telling the truth, somebody's telling a lie. Sometimes it might be a little bit of lie in both. Somebody's trying to make themselves look better. But what happens when the receipts come out? What happens when the receipts hit the floor? What happens when you sit there and you checking your facts, Shay? They running. They run when the receipts hit the floor, they running. And then they looking at you like, how dare you tell the truth about the whole situation? I was trying to lie my way through. Trying to lie their way through.
Now we can network and interact and make some money. And that's that. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, we ain't doing shit. You gotta watch people. Motherfuckers just be watching and watching and watching. I don't have nothing. I don't have no remorse for grown-ass individuals. Nah, I'm not looking out for niggas no more. I looked out for all those that I looked out for, and them niggas couldn't even return the favor.
And I got receipts for that shit. I keep receipts for these type of individuals that be out here lying like nothing happened. Like Joel Santana. Shout out to Joel Santana, yo. He was on Instagram. He was on Instagram in an interview and he said, yo, hold on. Let me see if I can find this shit. Hold on. Because I think I put it in my story. Hold on. Joel Santana said something to the point where you overextend your hand. You overextend your hand and hold on. Too much of a good person.
What is Thanksgiving? I've been a good dude to a lot of people. I've always overextended my hand. Right. I've always helped people that didn't help me. I've always did more for people. Majority of people that came into my life left better than they came. So you can't really say nothing. And for me, I can't say the same.
Shout outs to Joel Santana, man. I'm gonna play that shit for y'all again, just in case y'all didn't catch the shit, man. Word.
I've been a good dude to a lot of people. I've always overextended my hand. I've always helped people that didn't help me. I've always did more for people. Majority of people that came into my life left better than they came.
That's exactly how I feel. And I got receipts. I got receipts. You can relate, Shay. You can relate. And people that act like you ain't never do nothing. So what happens when you pull the receipts and they hit the floor? Now they get mad. They get mad at you. They want to have other people talk. They want people to come talk to you and ask you why, what's going on and all this other shit because you address their action. Hey, yo, when you really holding people down, the streets know it's a genuine love from the people. At the end of the day, the streets is the most grimiest spot, Cat and Fox. The streets is where niggas take the most advantage from you. It be the niggas nowadays, it be the niggas that you do for. The streets ain't looking at that as no genuine shit. They looking at it like, damn, that's the motherfucking plug. That's the water source. Let me try and latch myself onto that. Let me try and latch myself on and get some water. That was my family, Fox. I got a couple of people that I grew up with that was my crib, Shay. But them same people who ran up in my crib when the police was chasing them and my mom slammed the door in the police face and told them they couldn't come in the crib, these is the same niggas that done turned on a nigga. See? That don't necessarily mean nothing. Motherfuckers you let run in those, you'll get a couple of those that really appreciate those moments. But you'll also have a couple of people that think it's expected for you to do that shit for them. Why they don't do nothing for you. You feel me? It's a double-edged sword.
So at the end of the day,
it's a double-edged sword. You know what I'm saying? Niggas that tell you
it's about
niggas that tell you
stories,
from
North
bro.
Carolina.
Niggas that tell you stories about shit.
From
you heard? Niggas will tell you stories about things like they doing stuff, but they ain't doing nothing. People will lie and say that they not doing stuff, but they doing shit. Just goofy shit, bro. Niggas shouldn't have to show no type of receipts. That's for like females and shit. So I don't even show I don't show shit on niggas that I could prove because I don't have that type of energy. But niggas know when they do wrong to you. Why is niggas still out here perpetrating lies and shit? You ain't supposed to be out here perpetrating lies, man. That's real talk, bro. Real talk.
The fuck you niggas thought, man? I peeped every yo Al 180, good looking. Y'all niggas ain't low, man. About to drop some heat. Y'all niggas been playing on a lot of
Smokin mirrors.
Like predators, no game shit. But I got the remedy for it. They don't really want to see you with some real motion. So I focus on this paper, yeah, it's still growing. Heavy gas getting swirled, yeah, we still smoking. The hate real, but the love got the overflow. Polo got the packs out, bridge, we're about to run it up. Bag after bag, get money. What you showing us? You should know, get casino. I'm about to cop a rover truck. All I see is money, hate is sick. See him going up. Ew. What we doing is the lingo. Watch me blow it up. We doing telling labels we ain't signing for the little bucks. Staying clear of snakes and the leeches. About to take a trip, probably hit a few beaches. Drop a couple K's on a couple fits. Another 2,500 on a couple kicks. Italian chick rolling spliffs in a foreign whip. And she keep the shit clean, so immaculate. Clean. Bitch.
Yo, shout outs to everybody out there. Shay Baby TV, No Cap Fox, man. Yeah, Smokin mirrors when you tired of being gassed, man. This is not the average podcast. We talk real shit. This shit might be unfiltered. You might catch this show and it just might go left. You don't know how it's going to end up. But at the end of the day, we going to talk about this real shit that's going around that everybody's overlooking. You hear what I'm saying? I remember somebody asking me a question and said, yo, why you look out for people? Yo, a lot of people are living behind the lie, Fox. I was just asked by somebody, yo, why you help people? I said, because my mother did it for 40 years. So that's what I was taught. I was taught to help people in situations. At the end of the day, I know some people ain't gonna be no good and being receptive to the shit. I know they don't have no morals and principles. They just gonna take. But at the end of the day, the ones who do, why y'all continue to lie? The lie is what gets me. Yo, I had a fake charge put on me, a fake drug charge back in 2017, and the mayor, I beat the case out of 32 people while the mayor of that city was up at a press conference and had a press conference. And then after I beat the case, he gonna tell me that he's the reason why the people is in the building, right? Which is a lie, and I got the proof.
framed and cops doing favors for drug dealers. At first, prosecutors seemed interested. In March, an investigator texted Bavel, saying he had been listening to the recordings. I figured that, you know what, let's give it a shot. Bavel's attorney, Joseph Murray, felt the same way. I was quite confident they were working on this, understanding they're not going to update me on what they're doing because they want to maintain the integrity of their investigation. But 9 months later, the two men went to the DA's office for a meeting. And Murray says, found out that the probe was not moving forward. Why should my client have to constantly push every button to get this done? I really just felt that we should have been able to hand this off to the professionals who work in this integrity bureau and will, run with this. But they didn't. Westchester County DA Anthony Scarpino's office wouldn't comment on the meeting, but insisted the investigation is still...
Hold on. Let me take you back. Because he was talking a lot of shit.
Right there, nigga. He gave a press conference comparing me to a domestic terrorist, right? This man done told everything he needed to tell, right? 2019. He first joined the force in 2010. He tested positive for weed. He said others in the narcotics units had gotten away with far more worse. He had an aggressive reputation. Antonini. He worked he's in the cop that told on police. Worked with the undercover from the county to frame civilians after undercover buys for numerous occasions. This is Richard Thomas's claim that I am claiming that something happened to me, right? There I go, right there. That's me. Me. Take a look. Me. Take a look. That's me. Now, let's get into the story. In 2018, Richard Thomas, the mayor of the arrest of 22 suspected drug dealers across the city. His words, these people behind us are heroes. These is Richard Thomas's words. These people behind me are heroes, pointing to a row of police officers standing at a staircase. One of them, Detective Antonini, had played a major role in the operation, scoring numerous arrests and signing off on several felony complaints. He stood tall and gazed at the camera. A gold badge rested on his chest. That's coming off. They went and made sure they found these people, did their research. They had a year-long operation and cracked down on at least 22. The mayor continued, and there's a few more they're zeroing in. Me, a New Rochelle resident, was one of the suspects who remained at large. In a criminal complaint, Detective Antonini swore that I sold drugs to an undercover at the address of a gas station in Mount Vernon the previous year. From the outside looking in, the case ain't look good. I had a history for dealing. I told y'all niggas that already.
I'm going to put the link in the chat.
I was innocent from jump. I stood on my shit. I was working. I had everything going on, right? There's proof. There's proof that I was not here. There's proof that I was not here. Listen to the audio now. I got an audio for you. Listen in and how rich I'm going to be, because they fucked up. Listen to what we talking about.
You're listening to WNYC. I'm Jamie Floyd. Early last year, a whistleblower police officer gave the Westchester County District Attorney's Office a series of secretly recorded tapes that contained alarming accusations of corruption and misconduct in the troubled Mount Vernon Police Department. But nothing seemed to change, so he gave the tapes to WNYC investigative reporter George Joseph. Joseph reported on some of the contents yesterday, and today he takes a closer look at the Westchester County DA's handling of the affair, how he met his obligation under the law, and to the public.
On Valentine's Day last year, Mount Vernon police officer Murashaya Babel mailed county prosecutors a special gift, a series of secretly recorded phone calls of him discussing corruption with his colleagues. I gave them that information. I thought that this is it. Something big will positive will happen. The tapes included explosive allegations of police brutality, people being framed, and cops doing favors for drug dealers. At first, prosecutors seemed interested. In March, an investigator texted Babel, saying he had been listening to the recordings. I figured, you know what? Let's give it a shot. Babel's attorney, Joseph Murray, felt the same way.
I was quite confident they were working on this, understanding they're not going to update me on what they're doing because they want to maintain the integrity of their investigation.
But 9 months later, the two men went to the DA's office for a meeting. And Murray says, found out that the probe was not moving forward.
Why should my client have to constantly push every button to get this done? I really just felt that we should have been able to hand this off to the professionals who work in this entire
operation targeting local drug dealers. Henderson Clark was one of the people they named. Hello. How you doing? Good. Clark was eventually arrested in July of 2019, accused of selling drugs 2 years before. But on the day of the alleged crime, Clark says he was visiting his brother in North Carolina.
I didn't even think that these people was concocting this story up here in New York that I committed this crime because I'm down here.
He's telling me this at his mother's apartment in New Rochelle, where he grew up. He pulls out his phone and scrolls through a picture he says he took of his brother that day.
So that's where you see the picture that I gave him a t-shirt of a deceased friend of ours. It was around 10:30.
There's other evidence the photo is genuine.
There's other photo evidence that the photo is genuine. Hold on, listen.
But in a felony complaint, Detective Antonini swore that less than 3 hours later, Clark was over 400 miles away selling drugs to an undercover officer in Mount Vernon. Normally, this would be a slam dunk case. Clark has a past record for dealing, and undercover buys are controlled operations. But the case slowly unraveled, and the DA withdrew the charge.
If you have this proof, and you have an undercover that can put me in this place, why you dismiss my case?
Police records show that Antonini and other officers accused of misconduct have collectively touched many drug cases over the years. Clark says he's concerned about those defendants too.
There might be over 100 other cases that this man done had his hand in that he tarnished, that he contaminated. You know, people who are innocent people getting railroaded.
The DA says they'll review those cases if the investigation pans out. But it's been over a year since they got the Mount Vernon police tapes.
It's the majority white people.
Now, when you hear of things happening like that to people, especially that happened to me. A fake drug charge was planted on me by detectives saying that I sold to an undercover. They had a fake lab report, all this other bullshit. I was arrested at a lawsuit disposition, or whatever you want to call it. They pulled up and put handcuffs on me, brought me to a police station, and tried to basically threaten me not to take my case to trial. They told me they had me for selling drugs to an undercover in the city of Mount Vernon, New York, back in 2017. And I wasn't even in the state when it happened. And I proved with receipts that I wasn't in the state when it happened. I ended up beating the case. I ended up suing, and the rest is history. At the end of the day, that's what the caption and the title of the show is, When Receipts Hurt, man. That's the shit that happens, bro. And a lot of innocent people, whether you criminal or just a regular innocent civilian, a lot of people's images are trying to be assassinated by people who try to paint lies, and then the receipts will make niggas look like the liars, bro. I gave y'all a clear example. I got a few others. That's for the upcoming shows. I'm gonna expose how a lot of dirty things are happening in the world and things are being covered up, and it's about to be revealed. You just gotta stay tuned for the shows, man. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Salute to everybody in the building, man. This is real shit. This smoke and mirrors. This is the shit that's not talked about, because if you want content, nigga give you some content. Niggas will give you some content. Some real shit happened to me in my life. But I still managed to move forward and keep it moving and make something happen and become something of myself, to where I own 10 plus companies of my own. I work for myself. I give people jobs. I give people companies to run. So at the end of the day, a real boss is people who's going to help people get in line with something, not use people and try to assassinate people's name without proof. I done stepped out in the street when my brother was slain. And the whole city came to a halt. The whole city got quiet out here because I wasn't allowing the lie to live. Not when I got the truth. I will be revealing that in the upcoming show. Truth of the matter is, it's a lot going on outside. There is no reason to lie on nobody. If you don't deal with people, then that's just what it is. But don't involve people in situations and you don't deal with them. That means you trying to set people up and line people up, man. Then that says something about your character. People be moving out here real weird sometimes, and then it can end up being a bad situation because people don't know how to really move out here. People gotta think they gotta lie to get ahead or lie to make it. And then when somebody that knows you from who you was pull out a receipt, you can't get mad at the person. Just be honest with yourself and stop being a rapper. A lot of you niggas, even if y'all don't make music, a lot of you niggas live y'all lives like y'all rappers. And niggas got receipts that a lot of you niggas is not living y'all life like y'all living like rappers. So it's all right to be honest with yourself, B. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, man. You know what the movement is, man. It's real love over here, man. You know, all day, every day, man. You know what I'm saying? The realness is the realness. You can't hide behind the real. And the real's going to catch up to a lot of niggas that don't want to deal with the realness. So, everybody have a good one.
For this week's unboxing,
everybody make sure you get your tickets in. I'm about to get in here and watch these basketball games, watch this football game. You know, I got some money on the line. Shout out to No Cap Fox, Shay Baby. What up, man? My brothers, man. Make sure y'all tune into my brother Shay Baby's TV show. Platform Works, probably dropping tonight at 8:30. Yes, it is. He's going to be interviewing somebody very special, man. Shout outs to No Cap Fox. Out the Foxhole podcast coming soon. You know we putting that together. Don't even trip. Yo, salute to all my people, man. Till next time.